And now to the healthcare threat you may not even be aware of. Thieves who steal your identity to leech off your health insurance. That kind of medical identity theft happens to more than 300,000 Americans each year. Bianna Golodryga has been investigating, and Bianna, that is a stunning number, and it's growing.
It is a stunning number. It is growing, and we're thinking that it's difficult to deal with stolen credit cards. Imagine this, and here's why it is growing. A combination of tough economic times where Americans are finding it harder and harder to pay their medical bills, combined with an alarming trend of bolder and more sophisticated identity thieves outplaying the system, has medical insurance fraud a top priority for government and private healthcare officials.
Panic, like absolute panic.
Andrea Sachs vividly remembers the terrifying phone call from Child Protection Services in April of 2006.
They stated that I was under investigation because the baby I just had tested positive for methamphetamine.
No doubt she was a mother, but she hadn't given birth in over 2 years. Turns out the Salt Lake City mother of 4 was a victim of medical identity theft. An alleged drug abuser who was pregnant at the time stole Andrea's driver's license, obtained her medical records, and took on her identity, delivering the baby under Andrea's name.
I said I had not recently had a baby, that my youngest were 2 years old. I said, come meet me and you'll know that I didn't just have a baby.
But social service investigators still made her life a living hell, even interrogating her young children. Think this could never happen to you? Think again.
We have definitely seen an increase in medical identity theft over the last year.
In 2009, more than 300,000 Americans were victims of medical identity theft, according to the Federal Trade Commission. People like Joe Ryan of Denver. He received a $40,000 bill for a surgery he never had.
The hospital actually thought that I was going to make this $44,000 payment, and I was proving to them I have no scars from a surgery, and they said, no, we're going to go ahead and pursue this. And I was in disbelief. I said, are you kidding me?
And authorities say that medical identity theft is more organized and sophisticated than ever.
We have certainly heard reports of receptionists specifically being sent in by some of these identity theft rings to do nothing more than steal identities.
Joe says the hospital absorbed the loss, but his credit was ruined. Meanwhile, police arrested and charged the woman who stole Andrea's identity. But Andrea says her life has never been the same and worries that it could happen again any time.
The hospital didn't want to help me. The police didn't want to help me. You know, you're really on your own with this.
So how can you tell if you're a victim? Well, here are some warning signs to look out for. Number 1, if you get a bill for services that you didn't receive, or a debt collector contacts you about a medical debt that you don't owe. And 2, if you file a legitimate claim, but your insurer says you're over the limit. Those are some things to pay attention to.
So those are the warning signs. What else can people do to protect themselves?
Follow all of your bills very carefully, scrutinize everything, and the number 1 tip they give is to keep a hard file of your medical records.
Okay, Bianna, that is important stuff. Thanks very much.